As relentless wildfires in Southern California raged into a fourth day, federal and state officials are praising what's being called the largest evacuation in California's modern history.
It's just completely surreal. I mean, all we want to do is just go home, and we don't know when that's going to happen and if there's anywhere to go to.
And we have found out today that our house is standing in the middle of two houses that have burnt down.
Today is October 25th, 2007. For 5 days now, Southern California has been burning. You can see the spectacle behind me. Although the facts aren't in yet, we can pretty much assume that arson was the cause. It was only 4 years ago, almost to the day, that we experienced the Cedar fire, which at that time was one of the biggest fires in California history. After investigation, it was proven that it was arson. Arson is terrorism. Setting a whole region of the United States on fire is terrorism. We were told that 19 Arab terrorists with box cutters caused the devastation of 9/11. Of course, anyone who believes such a fairy tale belongs in a nursery. However, it's amazing what one terrorist can do with only a few matchbooks. Every year at this time, the weather here becomes very dry and dangerous for fire. You would think that our government agencies would have learned something from it. You would think that in 4 years they would have figured out how to be prepared for this. But as you can see, the response was totally inadequate. The numbers are staggering, whether you're talking about money, homes, animals, or the environment. It's all devastating. The unnatural hot weather that we've been having played a role in creating the dangerous conditions for this. But it took the deliberate acts of arson to create the vast dimension of the fires and devastation. It's a curious coincidence that the Harris fire started in Potrero, the town that denied Blackwater, USA, the right to set up a huge paramilitary base there. It's chilling to think that any of their mercenary trainees or associates would have had a hand in this, as some kind of payback. However, the tactical precision of the fire's pattern of deployment denotes advanced skills. This fire was the work of serious professional arsonists. California has suffered an act of terrorism. We will never be able to stop the sick minds that start these fires, but that doesn't mean we have no defense. It means our state and federal governments have failed to do the required thing. Did this tragedy have to happen? The answer is no. The technology to put out these monstrous fires already exists, but our government refused to use it in 2003 because it was made by Russia. The Russians designed the Ilyusian IL76 Water-Bomber plane with the capacity to carry 16,000 gallons of water, able to put out a fire the size of 10 football fields lined up end to end in 15 seconds. Why did we refuse it then? Did politicians and historical animosity get in the way of saving our land, our animals, our homes, and our very lives? Why was it not called in for this fire? Since 2003, the United States has come up with its own version of the firefighting technology in the form of the Tanker 910, a converted DC-10 that can hold 12,000 gallons of water. But the devastation that you see behind me is testimony. It's testimony that something has gone dreadfully wrong. Why are there not dozens of these planes at work now? Why did California burn for 4 days? These are questions that the citizens should be asking their government representatives. Millions of animals have burned alive until they were dead from this fire. Our loved pets and wildlife, the ecosystem is almost destroyed. The treasure of California, its nature is devastated and still burning as I speak. It hurts me immensely to see my state go up in flames. What can a person do? This video is my way. This catastrophe has touched people from all classes of society. A large number of houses lost were of the rich. The wealthy people in the world flocked to Southern California for its climate and natural beauty. Now their homes have burnt to the ground, just like the poor. Arsonists treat all alike. Rich people have power. I'm hoping they get mad as hell and join with the rest of us in ridding our country of the criminals that hijacked it. The criminals who set this fire. The real criminals who did 9/11. The criminals that build wooden houses for people to live in a fire zone. The criminals who overdevelop our environment, cramming in as many people and houses as they can bribe their government officials to allow. Our national treasure has been squandered on fighting insane wars that only make the military-industrial complex richer and the world less safe. People should realize that you cannot fight terrorism with terrorism. It just gives you more terrorism. Maybe the rich will come out of their intoxicated stupor and realize what's good for the poor people is also good for them. This devastation that you see behind me didn't have to happen. We can send men to the moon. Why can't we create machines that can effectively put out the fires like this? The world is ruled by the rich, and now they have been burned. The horrible destruction that we did to Afghanistan and Iraq makes this look like nothing. When will we do unto others as we would have them do unto us? When will we stop doing this to other people? I want all of you people to get as mad as hell. This should not have happened. Our government knows how to make war and destroy other people's countries, but when it comes to protecting us, we get cots. Yes, Bush has sent some planes. Are you satisfied with this? Or is there something dreadfully wrong in our country and where our treasure is put? I hope people will get outraged and get on the phone and demand more water bombers. I want to see you all get mad as hell to all of the responsible parties that have allowed this tragedy to take place. Don't blame this on global warming. Blame it on a government that spends the national treasure on making war, not peace. It's time to go after the criminals that actively did this and the ones who passively did this. It's time for a revolution in America. It's time for a total rearranging of our national priorities. It's time to stop building bombers. Instead, we should be building water bombers so we wouldn't have to face the future with this kind of fear again. What do you think?